All right, I think this thing is on. I'm just going to bang out a quick afternoon update because I think Alex is on vacation. I think this is what Alex does, so I'm doing this thing right. Um, okay, let's just talk about this really quick. So for the most part, it's 1:45 p.m. in my time zone. Over where I be, it's 1:45 p.m. So I would say the majority of the steam has left the market for this point. I don't think this is a point in time to be looking for entries. If we're looking at our major swing structure here, I would say, that the job of today has been completed. Okay, I would say that this has been completed. We have touched this high here. That's pretty good. We're in premium. I mean, relative to this local section of price action here, right? We're in pretty premium. We're up 10% off of the low. Low came in on Monday. It's the middle of the week. We spent half the week climbing back up to the high that was formed on Saturday. Overall, I would say the thrust for the market today has been done. Done, finito, played out, right? Now, are we going to start? Should we start expecting things like a return down here? Or should we start expecting things like a return up? That give me a damn ray, man. Give me a damn ray. Up here, right? These are kind of the determinations we'd be making at this point. I'm gonna say probably likely up. But let's take a look at our lower time frame structure and see what we have to deal with. Furthermore, if I look at USDT in this, okay, this is a 3 hour chart. That's a 3 hour chart. Cool, copacetic, good. I don't really see any support left. This support's already mitigated, right? I didn't draw on that, did I? No, that's already done. I don't see any real support left on the dominance chart to hold it, or I'm sorry, yeah, tether dominance. And I don't see any resistance, any significant resistance that is left on the Bitcoin chart before we challenge our range high up here at 72,254. Yeah, all major resistance would have been in this zone. Yeah, no, all this mitigated. Yeah, there's nothing, there's no major resistance left up here, okay? There just isn't. So what we have to ask ourselves is, can this leg of price collapse? Can this leg of price collapse? Well, of course it can, right? But what would it look like if it did, and what should we expect if it did? So let's hop into our smaller time frame, see if we can get an answer to that, and then that'll pretty much be it for the update. Providing internet wants to work for me. I'm sorry, I'm not streaming on fiber optic right now like I normally do. I've got a shit internet connection, so hopefully the stream is actually effing working. Come on, bro. Okay, you decided to let me in. Thanks, buddy. Um, so we did indeed. We'll just knock it all the way down to the one. Fingers crossed. Maybe we're gonna knock it all the way down to the one. I have no idea if this stream is working. If it's not, I hella apologize. I'm sorry if it's not working. I should have just pre-recorded and uploaded. Mm. Well, the internet doesn't appear to want to cooperating with me where I'm at. Um, if you can hear me, but maybe not see me, I would recommend placing emphasis currently on 68,325. We shouldn't be too bearish below there. Yeah, okay. I don't know, guys. I have no idea whether the stream is working or not. On my end, it looks really pitiful. But we did get a drawback from supply. Seemed to fill quite the long position there. Though I don't see a large inefficiency spike off of that drawback, which to me tells me that it was a little bit of just chopping up. Most all of this has been mitigated. I don't think we're going to find any support on this leg up. I don't even think the goddamn internet's going to work for me, man. Trying to load the stream up and see if it's even working. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, well, I don't know. It's apparently working. It's apparently working. I'm able to see it on my cell phone. So, all right. Yeah, let's hop into the leg up, please. Internet, please. My man. I closed my long hella early. Yeah, I wish I would have kept it a little bit longer. But whatever, doesn't matter. I don't care. I made my money, I get the hell out of here. Um, yeah, if we're looking at this, let's try the 30, but I think on the 30, all we're gonna see is white candles here. Yeah, so you see no support on the 30. You're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. We don't have significant demand on the 30 until down into this range of price. We've already identified a zone this morning that would be of the most interest in there. But coming back beneath this price action right now, this price action that occurred after the market open, after we knocked out the most notable resistance on the chart, pulled back and launched, coming back down to a zone like this at this point, back down, let's call it below market open, right? Is not a particularly bullish sign. If the market maker intended to gain lower entries, they would have done it this morning. There's no logical reason to bring it back down here to fill an institutional position. All right, that they use the liquidity at open to expand the position that they're already in. Okay, so it doesn't. So what am I saying? What am I saying? What I'm saying is if we see price returning to zones like this, that is not an immediately bullish sign. I don't see why we need to be back down here. We were right here on market open. If there was something down here that required mitigation, then it would have gotten hit this morning, or it just would have gotten hit before we came up here, right? So coming down into areas like this are no longer super bullish at this point. Personal opinion, they're just not super bullish at this point. We already identified that we had some problems in some of these lows this morning. So if you see price returning to a zone like this, again, underneath Wednesday's market open, there's a good chance that they're just going to run this low. Okay, there's a good chance that they're just going to run that low. So, yeah, so this is why I'm also placing emphasis on 68,325, because this is the more logical area for the trend continuation if there is going to be a continuation. Internet, come on, bro, this is supposed to be fast, and you are making me so slow right now. Uh-huh. Yeah, that 60. What happened here? Okay, let's think about this. Let's think about what happened here. There's a swing high right here, 66, 68, 653. There's a swing high right there. People shorted it. 4 bearish 5 minute candles, 20 minutes in a row, price goes down. Only to return back up, which means the people that shorted this swing high over here, it's not going to show it to me, but we all saw it earlier. You're going to, yeah, go fuck yourself. Was again used to fill long positions. Okay, it was again used to fill long positions. So this is a pretty critical level on the chart, in my opinion, from an institutional order flow perspective. If we lose this level, there's nothing in here to hold you up. The only bullish response that we could see below here is them again drawing in sellers to rip it on them. But you're going to see some manner of accumulative behavior. I don't expect that that is going to go boom, boom. I don't expect that at all. I would expect it to come down, rest, and then run. So for the most part, I would say all the fun has been had for the day. I'm just gonna be paying attention to how price responds during Asia throughout this range of price right here. I just want to see, can we develop more ranging like behavior in here, where we kind of purge down below that, kind of purge up below this, maybe run down below that again, and expand that range out a little bit. And then we're going to be, looking at this piece of price action come, hopefully, if we're lucky, come, tomorrow morning, yet we've really fleshed out and established more of a range here. This internet fucking hates me, man. I'm gonna, yeah, something that is gonna look a little bit more in, without the double top. You get the point, right? I want to see price consolidate in this area. The consolidation in this area to me is going to be a more bullish sign than it is going to be a bearish sign. The only problem that would occur in a bearish scenario with consolidation here is a run on whatever the highest point of liquidity is, something like this. We wouldn't want to see that type of a run on it. But that's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. Let me see if anybody has anything. I think I might have some sort of chat here. Yeah, no, I don't. Looks like nobody asked any questions, so I'm gonna assume nobody had any questions. Not that I offered to answer them, but I just wanted to shoot out a quick update. I'll see if I can get something out for us later on today. I'm just trying to cover the tracks, be a good little Boy Scout, and that's what I have for you guys. So, toodles. Hey, oh yeah, before I go, I still love you and I'm still rooting for you, and there's still not a goddamn thing you can do about it.